Get ready, Leo. March 2026 brings a powerful main character reality check and a major financial breakthrough. In this video, we're breaking down the 5 essential shifts, from career stability to a fresh spark in your social life, that will define your month. Here is your roadmap to a legendary March. Chapter 1. The Main Character Reality Check. Leo, welcome to the most defining moment of your year. If you felt like you've been living backstage lately, watching others take the lead or feeling a bit off balance in your own skin, that is all about to change. On March 3, 2026, a rare and powerful total lunar eclipse is landing directly in your sign. In the world of astrology, the first house is the house of self, and an eclipse here is like a cosmic spotlight that refuses to let you hide. Think of this as your main character reality check. For the last few months, you might have been playing a role that doesn't quite fit anymore. Maybe you're staying in a job out of habit, or perhaps your personal style and the way you present yourself to the world feel like an old costume. This eclipse is going to strip away those layers. Eclipses are famous for bringing sudden endings that lead to necessary beginnings. It might feel a bit intense, like a sudden surge of emotion or a realization that hits you out of nowhere. But it's actually a gift. The universe is clearing the clutter so the real you can finally stand up. Imagine you're a high-end painting that's been covered in dust. This month, the cosmos is taking a brush and cleaning the surface. It might sting a little to let go of the old version of yourself, but what's underneath is far more radiant. You're going to feel a massive urge to rebrand your life. Don't be surprised if you suddenly want to change your hair, your name, or your entire career path. This isn't a midlife crisis, it's an alignment. Before we dive into how this shift is going to trigger a massive big money breakthrough later this month, make sure you hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. We're tracking these transits all year long, and I don't want you to miss a single beat of your 2026 evolution. As this eclipse unfolds, pay close attention to your energy levels. Because this is a lunar event, it's deeply emotional. You might find yourself feeling more sensitive than usual or even a bit exposed. It's okay to take a step back from the crowd. The main character doesn't always have to be performing. Sometimes they need a quiet scene to reflect on their next move. By the end of this first week in March, the fog will start to lift. You'll have a clearer vision of who you are and, more importantly, who you are no longer willing to be. This is your hard reset, Leo. You are being pushed to step into your power, not as the person everyone expects you to be, but as the person you actually are. Chapter 2. The Big Money Breakthrough. Welcome to your big money breakthrough. After the emotional intensity of the eclipse, you might feel a bit drained, but the universe isn't hitting the brakes just yet. Starting around March 10, 2026, the cosmic gears shift in your favor. The planet Jupiter, the celestial Santa Claus that expands everything it touches, begins to move forward again in a very supportive part of your chart. For you, Leo, this translates to one thing: financial momentum. Now, I want to be clear. This isn't just about finding a $20 bill in an old pair of jeans. This is about a fundamental shift in how money flows into your life. In astrology, we're looking at your zones of earned income and shared resources. This means the breakthrough could come from 2 different directions. First, let's talk about your hustle. If you've been sitting on a business idea or a project that felt stuck in the mud during the winter months, the green light is finally flashing. You're entering a window where your natural Leo creativity meets real-world profitability. This is the time to ask for that raise, launch that digital product, or finally turn that hobby into a side business. The energy in mid-March rewards the bold. Because you've just gone through that main character reset in Chapter 1, you now have the confidence to put a higher price tag on your time and talent. You're no longer settling for exposure or experience. You want the check. The second part of this breakthrough involves other people's money. This could mean a surprise inheritance, a tax refund that's larger than expected, or a partner's sudden financial success that benefits the whole household. It could even be a bank finally approving a loan or a debt being settled in your favor. The fog of financial stress is starting to evaporate, leaving you with a clear view of your net worth. However, there is one small cosmic catch to watch out for. Mercury is still in its retrograde phase until March 21st. In plain English, this means that while the opportunities are massive, the paperwork might be messy. This is your strategic expansion window. It's the time to do the research, have the meetings, and negotiate the terms. but maybe wait until the final week of the month to sign the dotted line. Think of mid-March as the time you're prepping the soil for a massive harvest. You see, Leo, wealth isn't just about the numbers in your account. It's about the freedom those numbers provide. The breakthrough happening this month is designed to give you more breathing room, so you can focus on your true passions. You're moving away from a scarcity mindset, worrying there isn't enough, and stepping into an abundance mindset, knowing there is plenty to go around. But hold on, because wealth is only one piece of the puzzle. While your bank account is heating up, your personal life is about to hit a major crossroads. In the next chapter, we're going to talk about the relationship green light, and why a certain someone might be the key to unlocking even more success this month. You won't want to miss how these financial wins connect to your closest bonds. Chapter 3. The Relationship Green Light. Leo, we've talked about your internal glow up and your bank account leveling up, but now we have to talk about the people standing right next to you. Welcome to your relationship green light. If the first half of March felt like you were speaking a different language than everyone else, don't worry, it wasn't just you. For the first 3 weeks of the month, Mercury has been retrograde. In the world of astrology, this is basically the cosmic version of a bad Wi-Fi connection. Texts get misread, old flames pop up out of nowhere just to annoy you, and even the simplest dinner plans feel like negotiating a peace treaty. But mark your calendars for March 21, 2026, because the communication fog is officially lifting. This isn't just about small talk getting easier, it's about total clarity in your closest bonds. For Leos, this green light hits your zone of deep partnerships and shared commitments. If you've been on the fence about a certain someone, whether that's a romantic partner or a serious business collaborator, the universe is about to hand you the answer key. Think of it like this. You've spent the last few weeks in a dark room trying to find the exit. On the 21st, the lights flip on. Suddenly, you see who is truly in your corner and who was just there for the after party. This is the moment where maybe turns into a definitive yes or a necessary no. In your romantic life, if you're single, this energy shift is magnetic. Because you've already done the main character work we talked about in Chapter 1, you're no longer attracting people who just want to bask in your light. You're attracting people who want to match it. If you're in a relationship, the tension that might have been simmering under the surface finally breaks. This is the perfect window to have those big conversations. Moving in together, getting engaged, or simply realigning your goals for the future. The static is gone and the heart-to-heart is finally possible. But here is where it gets really interesting for you, Leo. This green light also applies to your professional alliances. Remember that big money breakthrough from Chapter 2? A huge part of that success is going to depend on who you choose to work with. Around the final week of March, a contract that's been sitting on your desk or a collaboration that's been in the works for months finally gets the go-ahead. The hesitation is gone, the terms are clear, and the path forward is wide open. You're moving from a period of me into a period of we. But don't think for a second that you're losing your Leo independence. On the contrary, finding the right partner, the one who truly understands your vision, is exactly what's going to allow you to shine even brighter. You're building a power couple dynamic, whether that's in love or in business. So take a deep breath. The arguments are ending, the ghosting is stopping, and the connection is returning. But wait, there's a reason you need this solid foundation right now. While your relationships are stabilizing, your career is about to ask for a very specific kind of focus. In the next chapter, we're diving into the career slow burn success. And I'm going to tell you exactly why slow and steady is your ultimate secret weapon this month. You'll want to see how to handle the pressure without losing your cool. Chapter 4. The Career Slow Burn Success. Leo, we've handled the internal transformation, the bank account boost, and the relationship cleanup. Now it's time to look at the mountain you're climbing. Welcome to your career slow burn success. In a world that obsessed with overnight sensations and viral moments, March 2026 is asking you to play a much bigger, more sophisticated game. For you, this month isn't about a sudden explosion of fame, it's about becoming undeniable. Throughout March, the planet Saturn, the cosmic taskmaster, is casting a very serious eye on your career sector. For a Leo who naturally loves the spotlight and the quick win, this energy can feel a little frustrating at first. You might feel like you're working twice as hard for half the applause. But here is the secret. The universe isn't ignoring you, it's testing your foundation. Think of your career right now like a high-end skyscraper. You can't build 100 stories into the sky without spending a long time digging deep into the ground to pour the concrete. That is what this slow burn is all about. While others are out there making noise, you are making progress. You are earning expert status. This month, you might find yourself taking on more responsibility, fixing old mistakes, or finally finishing a long-term project that requires grueling attention to detail. It's not glamorous work, but it is legacy work. The beauty of this slow burn is that it creates a success that nobody can take away from you. When you get a promotion or a new client this month, it won't be because of luck or a flashy pitch. It will be because you proved you are the most reliable person in the room. You're moving from being a contender to being a cornerstone. If you feel a bit of pressure from authority figures or find yourself facing a steep learning curve, don't get discouraged. Saturn rewards the grind, and by the end of March, that weight you're carrying is going to turn into a trophy. You're building the kind of professional reputation that lasts for decades, not just days. You are showing the world, and yourself, that you have the stamina to lead. But here is the catch, Leo. Even the hardest working leader needs a break. If you spend all month in boss mode, you're going to burn out before you reach the summit. You've been so focused on the main character identity, the money, the partnerships, and the career climb that you might have forgotten how to actually enjoy being a Leo. That is why you absolutely cannot turn off this video yet. We have saved the best for last. In our final chapter, we're talking about the spring fever adventure. This is the moment where the pressure finally drops, the fun returns, and your natural charisma catches fire. You've done the work. Now it's time to see how the universe is planning to reward you with a little bit of magic. Chapter 5. The Spring Fever Adventure. Leo, you've made it. You've navigated the intensity of a total eclipse, strategized your way through a financial expansion, cleared the air in your relationships, and put in the hard hours to solidify your career legacy. Now the universe is ready to hand you the keys to the kingdom and tell you to go out and play. Welcome to your spring fever adventure. Around March 26, 2026, the energy shifts dramatically. Venus, the planet of beauty, pleasure, and attraction, moves into Aries, a fellow fire sign. For you, this is like someone finally turning up the music at a party that was getting a little too serious. While the rest of the month felt like a climb, the end of March feels like the downhill glide. This transit lights up your sector of travel, higher learning, and new horizons. If you've been feeling stuck in your local bubble or bored with your daily routine, this is your cosmic permission slip to break free. The spring fever isn't just a catchy name, it's a physical restlessness that's going to push you to seek out something new. This is the ultimate time to book that flight, sign up for a workshop that excites your soul, or simply take a road trip to somewhere you've never been. But it's not just about physical travel. It's about intellectual adventure. You'll find yourself craving conversations that go deeper than the weather. You're looking for big ideas, philosophy, and inspiration. Your natural Leo charisma, which might have been focused on business mode for the last few weeks, suddenly becomes playful, magnetic, and incredibly fun. If you're single, this is the peak dating window of the month. If you're partnered, this is when you and your significant other finally stop talking about the bills and start talking about your dreams again. As we close out March, the weight of the earlier eclipse begins to fade, leaving behind a version of you that is stronger, wealthier, and far more adventurous. You've survived the reality check, and now you're ready to enjoy the reality you've built. This journey we've mapped out, from the internal reset to this final burst of freedom, is just the beginning of what 2026 has in store for you. You've shown the stars that you can handle the heat, and now you get to bask in the light. Don't miss your 2026 evolution. Like this video, subscribe for more Leo updates, and comment below your biggest March goals.